Hey guys, welcome to Big Hairy Ugly. Welcome. I'm just gonna call it Big Hairy Ugly. Why not? That's the name I picked up. I'm gonna get into what this is, really quickly. Just for documentation purposes, it's February 5th, 2023, and I decided yesterday that I needed to have a personal space. I needed to have some kind of personal vlog or do something for myself. It's not something you see much anymore, and my main account is basically, since I left Tiger Fitness, turned into Snoopy. Don't eat that, please. Good time. That's not your food. Come here, buddy boy. This is just going to be real life, right? Since I left Tiger Fitness, my main account is my business has really grown, and it's a blessing. But there's I don't want to mix personal and business. I want to have a personal Instagram account. I want to have a personal YouTube account. And basically, I want to keep them separate. So people that want to interact with me on a personal basis can interact on a personal basis. And those that, just want to learn the muscle building, strength building stuff, just stay over on Massive Iron. That's completely cool with me. This is going to be raw, basically unedited, just my real life, my thoughts for me. First and foremost, I'm doing this for accountability. I need to put myself out there. And I'll explain why in just a minute. So I want you guys that are interested to follow along, kick me in the ass, and ask me how things are going. Hold me accountable. Everybody needs that to a degree, and I need that in my life. I'm a recovering binge eater right now, borderline workaholic, right? And I'll get into that stuff a little bit. So let me start with I'm not taking the best care of myself, right? I'm just simply not. It's not like life is out of control and we're eating pizza every night and drinking beer every night and not exercising. It's not like that at all. Come on, Snoopy. Leave the weight alone. I got this where I put the dog bowl so it wouldn't slide off the table because the dogs want to eat Buddy Boy's food. And he was starting to push that. So it's not like my life is out of control. My life is just not where I want it to be. Um, I don't feel like how I want to feel. I am not in the shape of how I want to be, and I really want this year to be that year where I get back to taking care of myself and I get into the shape I want to be in. Right. So back when I was approaching 50, I was in peak shape from a lifting standpoint. Just a peak shape. I mean, I was rocking, my training was going well. I was pretty comfortable with my body composition. Excuse me. It's dry as heck in here. And I just woke up a little bit ago. Um, I was really, my strength and muscle, everything was perfect, right? Everything was just going perfect. I was hiking every weekend, but I was working for someone else, right? So we started to run, and we really got into that, and I enjoy it. I do. I really, really enjoy it. I would go out today. My car needs a new battery. I'd go out. My wife is gone. I'd go out today and try to get 2 hours in if I could. Maybe I just need to figure out how to do it. But I know what peak shape is. I mean, I used to be able to go crack off a trail marathon or trail 50K attempt on any day, right? So I'm used to knowing what peak physical shape is for me, and I'm not there. The pandemic has basically unleashed a world of stress on my shoulders. That's to put it lightly. I really got into coaching full time before the pandemic, before I went to Scotland the year before the pandemic. Basically, 3.5 years ago. I was coaching before that, but not full time, really. And I got into coaching when the pandemic hit, and it just All my clients lost gyms, and they closed my wife down. And we were headed into doing our 96-hour run that we've been training for, and we had a documentary that we were filming with it. And the whole world closed down, and we couldn't finish our documentary. And the film crew couldn't get over forever, from England. And we had to postpone and postpone. And with everything going on, sorry, we just had to basically stop running. Well, we didn't have to. We just started to work so much we didn't have any time to run. And I started to pick, that was a stressful time for me, right? Everybody being locked in, it felt like the whole world didn't feel right. And I just was working so much, I stopped taking care of myself to the degree where I wanted to take care of myself. During the pandemic, we ate out a lot. We did. We Grubhubbed a lot. It wasn't always bad choices, right? But we just got a little lazy with our habits. We sat around drinking and watching movies, 2-3 times a week. And like everybody else, I don't think it was the best time of our life. But apart from that, I still exercise, and I just not to the level I want to, right? We were still active, but it was nowhere near the level of I wanted to be super dedicated. I like being super dedicated. And it was just nowhere near that level. So, we slipped a little bit. And really, the big issue for me was stress. I don't like stress. I don't handle stress well. When I was growing up, my father was a very violent alcoholic. We were super poor. And there was stress all the time. There was always stress, right? My dad was going to destroy something in the house, or we didn't have any money for food. These were real things. I'm not doing some social media fakeness, exaggeration. That was my life growing up. And as an adult, I don't like stress. I just want to get up. I want to do my job. I want everybody to leave me the fuck alone. And I just want to, cruise in that zone. And I'm very sorry. I don't know why my voice is so fucked up today. And the pandemic just placed a world of stress on my shoulders, where I was working. And, obviously everybody else was a little bit messed up, with all the change going on. And I had to I was just, dedicating all my time to work. And I couldn't find the balance. I was under so much stress. My wife knew I was under so much stress. I'm 55. There were times when I would tell my wife I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack. Like, the stress was so overwhelming. The pressure I was putting on myself, to work and to grow the business and to grow everything, right? I love what I do. I really do. I love what I do. And I don't ever want to do anything else than this. But I think what I need to express is that when you are self-supportive in a business, you can become unbalanced to the point where you don't take care of yourself. I developed a fear, if I don't work all these hours, things are going to fall apart, which was a lie I was telling myself, right? It was a lie. But that's basically the first year after when the pandemic hit. I got back from Scotland. I was working full time. And that's when the pandemic hit, right when my business really went full time. And the amount of stress I placed on myself, my workout sucked. We basically stopped running. We just sat in this little box and watched TV. And, at night, at the end of the night at 8 o'clock, from 8 o'clock to 10, after all the work was done, after I put in 12 hours of work, we'd, do the thing. So here I am right now. And I'm 55. I'll be 56 this year. And I feel super fortunate, to be in the shape I'm in, right? I don't feel 55. My body doesn't feel 55. I crushed a shoulder workout this week. I did 185 by 3 by 6 on the pin press. Doesn't sound like a lot, right? For me, I'd rather be doing over 200, but it's only my second shoulder workout in like 2 months. I had a cold for like 10 or 12 days. So my strength is there, you know. Um, I just need to be consistent. And really, I need to be consistent with food. It's not like my diet is eating. Every night I have elk or bison or whatever, and potatoes and rice, and it's decent. It's not bad, but there are things I need to clean up. I have way too many energy drinks. I rely on protein bars in the morning a little bit too much. You know, I don't like, look, the bottom line is I don't like to be half assed in what I do. I like to be all in. That's when I have a plan and a structure, that relieves stress for me. And I do not, like, I don't want to be mediocre. I'm 55 years old. My clock is ticking. I see 65-year-olds that look like they need to be wheeled around town. And for me to think that's in 10 years, like, fuck that, man. Fuck that. Absolutely fuck that. You know, I don't want to be that. I'm sitting in here at 55 feeling in great shape. Like, I need to stop fucking wasting time. I need to get back. I need to get back to my balance. I need to get back to the lifestyle I want. So 4 days. Here's what this is going to be. It's going to be me sharing my workout logs, my meals, my activity, and my goals, successes, failures, real life, struggles, whatever. I've never tried to be the perfect social media person. Like, that's not me. I've never had a perfect life. I've never had a perfect body. I've never been perfectly strong. I've never hold on. I never tried to pretend that. That's not the world I live in, and the world you live in, and that's not real life, and it's not real life for me. I'm not going to pretend I never had struggles. So I want to have a place where I can document everything and get back to taking care of myself and find that balance, and a place where I'm just not, I need a place where I educate, and a place where I can be part of a community, where I can socialize and just be another person, right, with you guys. So that's what this is for me. Um, my business has been a complete blessing. I'm not a big YouTube channel. Massive Iron is not a big YouTube channel. I don't need to be big. My business is super successful, and I'm so focused this year on just putting out content on my channel that you know fuck numbers, fuck subscribers. Just focus on the content and make it the best you can. And trust me, like, behind the scenes, I'm constantly thinking, how can I refine it? How can I teach better? Right? How can I teach my ideas better? So I have that side of things. But 2023 for me has really been about adding community back to that. Back in the day, I ran a forum, and it was one of the more successful lifting forums online. I no longer own the site, and I don't want to mention the name because it's owned by some scabs that upload fake steroid stuff. But I have Team Massive Iron now, which is a community, and it's a good thing. I'm glad I got that community back, because it's not, it's a group of guys getting together to support each other each day. And to add to that, I need to get in this personal realm. I want to get away from any shortcuts. I want to rely on animal and plant based most of the time. Hey, I like beer. If we're gonna see a movie or go out and celebrate, I'm gonna have a little bit of that. But I want that to be my 95%. I want to get back to training 4 days a week, no matter what. My life right now is like train 2 days 1 week, 3 days the next, 2 days the next, 3 days the next week, get a cold for 10 to 12 days. Like it, I just haven't found a rhythm, right? Even today, I'm sitting there thinking I got to train chest and I trained shoulder. No, I trained shoulders on Friday. Like I don't have a rhythm. I have to sit and figure this things out. And then I'll get to like chest day and realize it's been like 10 days. So, part of this for me is just being able to document my own logs and my own meals. My big goal, when we ran in Scotland, I was up a little bit in weight. I think I was like 269. What had happened was when we started running, 10 to 12 hours a week, you think you can eat everything, right? And your appetite goes up a little bit. And we got a little bit loose. We did. Not crazy, but you think you're running 12 hours a day. I don't have a big appetite to begin with right now. And it's harder for me to get, over 3,000 calories a day unless it's junk. And I don't want to put junk in my body. Like right now, when I put junk in my body, I feel like crap the next day. But we got into running for so long, and you think you can just eat, and the weight I wasn't stepping on the scale. The weight slowly started to move up because apparently I was above my maintenance level, and it just kind of blindsided me. So when I was in Scotland, I was up around 269, 270. And, we had periods of the pandemic. Your weight's always going to fluctuate. But we had periods of the pandemic where it's worse. It probably got 15 pounds heavier than that. So right now, the goal isn't just to get to some arbitrary weight of like 210 or 220 or whatever. It's to be me, right? To do the things I love, to train, to eat right, to get my weight down for longevity. I can't be above, 260 and have it good for me longevity wise. I'm 55. It's not the way it works. I talk to people every day about being in the heart attack zone, and I tell them because I care and because, I'm there myself right now, and I don't want to be there. I have a wonderful wife. I have a wonderful life. I have a wonderful career. I have everything going for me, but I need to get that balance back in my life, and that's what this is for. I need to get that balance back. I just started not doing client work on weekends, just 5 days a week. And I'm super dedicated to my clients. But like on the weekends, I need to be able to take care of myself, to get in a couple workouts, to ground myself, to do my business. It got to the point where we're working so much, we didn't have time to you start to lose track of the daily things you need to do around the house, right? Because you don't have time. So anyway, welcome to the new vlog channel. A lot of rambling, I'm sure. This big first video is going to be more rambling than everything else. I'm going to try to just put a lot of shorts up here and updates and things like that. I don't want to do long rambles. Maybe I'll do check-ins. But bottom line, I want this to be a good year. Last year sucked. I had COVID the first 3 months of the year. And then for 2 months after that, my breathing was messed up. It felt like I was breathing in smoke. So for the first 5 months last year, the first 3 months, I couldn't even train. The 2 months after that, when I did train, I could barely get through a couple sets. Then I slowly started to ease into things, and I fractured just a small fracture in my wrist. I tore something in my right knee. Last year was just a shit show. It was one of the worst years. I tore something in my knee just walking down the fucking steps, right? Like doing nothing crazy. So I had to let this recover. I couldn't go full speed on my presses. I can right now. My knee is in pretty bad shape, but I'm finding workarounds. I'm going to need surgery on my right knee. I can still walk. I can still run. It's just squat movements I can't do. I can do like a pendulum squat if I keep my weight on my heels. I can do leg extensions. So on leg day, I'm going to do what I can do. But I want to make this a year where I can forget about last year, where it's a complete turnaround. I need a Rocky Balboa comeback year, and this is where I need you guys. Appreciate you guys following along, and just stay tuned, man. Um, I need kicks in the ass. I need your interaction, and I just need community back. I need this place. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. I got an Instagram as well, and it's Big Hairy Ugly Dude, but I'll drop that down below. So I'm gonna get off here, and I got a workout today. It's Sunday, February 5th. The wife is gone all day. I got a workout today. I think it's legs, and I need to get in some movement. So, out.